YouTube?
We can go.
There, I got it.
No, we can't go there on this anymore. Oh,
choose content to use SharePlay.
We did break the FaceTime on the laptop though because I exited full screen.
Randy, technology is amazing.
So I guess it is what it is.
No thanks, I don't want premium. Dang, look at that. We're live on the YouTubes. Oh, man. Well, Randy, we're still trying to figure out what the heck we're doing over here, so trying to get some gas in here. We are tornado watch in the area, so our internet is not that great. So bear with us as we work through that as well. But we will have Colby check us out on YouTube and make sure everything seems to be working over there as well. First off, I want to thank Maxxis Tires for their support, Laser Nut Manufacturing, Metal Cloak Suspension, Brannick Motorsports, Crown Automotive, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, PCI Race Radios, and Tire Right. And we'll wait till next week before we announce another partner coming on board. But we're super excited headed into 2025 for sure. But our guest tonight is none other than Randy Cruse with the Catempsey Off-Road Park, and they have an event coming up next week. Looks like I'm peeking on there a little bit. I don't know if you can turn that down, but the Texas Top Gun Shootout. So, Randy, we wanted to have you on a little bit to talk about what the heck is the Texas Top Gun Shootout, and why does everybody need to be there?
All right. Oh, you asking me that?
Yeah,
well,
let's go. Texas. Yeah, we need to cancel it.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Let's start off with what are the dates for that event here?
Well, so the start of Texas Top Gun just was a way for us to, number one, get folks out from the West Coast to come, and from up north to come to Catempsey Rocks and enjoy our rocks there and all we have to offer. We feel like we've got as good or better than just about anybody. We don't have the volume that they have in Utah and other places, but the quality is unbelievable there. I mean, we have traction that is, I don't know. I haven't found any equal anywhere else but right here in Central Texas. So that was our main goal, is to get people to come down and enjoy it. It all started with just a chat that I had with Scott Stevens, who is owner of Texas Truck Works, and Tom Allen at PSC. And we were just visiting about how to get more people to come and enjoy that, especially some of the top drivers that are out on the east. And, of course, Tom Allen says all it takes is money. So we all three sit down and we just kind of came up with this idea on our own. We really didn't know what we were doing, but put up a purse of $10,000, one full $10,000 payment to the first place driver. And they each pledged some money and left it to me to bring up some more partners, and which we did. And people have been generous from this on. Some local, some not. But anyway, we got it put together and put a $10,000 purse up. And we're able to draw a pretty decent roster of competitors, especially the first time. It went off pretty good. I mean, real lucky for me being the first time being the promoter and property owner and all that rolled into one. But we came away with a good solid winner in John Madcow. He topped that off, and we kind of finagled things around, changed a little bit, made it a little more compatible for those people coming, and got back this next year, and it was successful again. We've been able to get between 20 and 30 competitors for the unlimited class, and really some tough competitors in there. This year's been kind of tough. Everybody's kind of squeezed for money. So I think right now we have 18 or 19 entrants in the unlimited class, and we have 9 or 10, I believe, in the drag axle class, it was really popular with the folks. We added that last year, a drag axle, and we put a $2,000 purse on that. And people seem to be, there's something more for the spectators to see, and a chance for those people that have that competition blood in them to get in there, even though they don't have a rear steer portal buggy. And I don't say that it takes a portal buggy to win, but it definitely in the unlimited. But that's kind of how we started, and we've kind of evolved a little from there.
Yeah. So the dates for this year's event is the 7th through the 10th. Is that right?
Right. So the actual competition will be on Saturday. We'll have a qualifier, and on Sunday we'll have the actual competition for the unlimited class. So the drag axle is one time, put it online, let it all out. One time competition for that one. But the unlimited guys will have a qualifier. From that, 10 people will walk away and compete the next day for the Top Gun prize. But we also, a lot of folks said, it's not worth coming to Mason to wheel for 30 minutes in 2 days. So we're opening up early. We'll open up Thursday, and you're welcome to come Wednesday evening and camp. But give you a chance to get out on the rocks, wheel just a little bit, and also if you're just a local person that wants to come wheel a little bit and hang out with the competitors, look at their rigs and pick come Thursday. So we'll be wheeling Thursday, Friday, and then the competition will be Saturday and Sunday. And I get a lot of questions for this. Can other people come and wheel during the competition? Sure, you can come watch your favorite guy compete for just a little bit, and then take off and go play on the rocks. So you can do either, or you can skip the whole competition and just wheel. But we hope you come watch it. I mean, it's about as extreme wheeling as you can get. And I think the folks that saw us last year and the year before and can testify, it's not going to be easy. We're just going to let tough terrain be the leader of the day. We really don't have any cones. It's real similar to what they had a couple of weeks ago in Trail Hero, but a little bit different. But anyway, it's just real tough driving spots. Going to have an entrance and an exit. Can't go outside the banners, but there's no cones that you see in WeRock, and just going to be you against the terrain. You can pick your line, and sometimes picking your poison is probably a little harder than having it laid out that you have to go around this cone. You've got to figure out what the obstacle is and what the best way around it is. And, I have a gentleman that helps me. Actually, a couple people. Casey, my son, he helps me set up the course. Shane also aids in setting up the course. But we also have a guy that's a red dot guy, been a wheelie for a long time, and he has a knack for laying out the trails. His name is Artie Effort, and his wife is they come, and we spent about 4 days picking out the course and trying to make it, as tough as possible. But what we feel like can be accomplished if you pick the lines that we pick in our head. And especially the first year, it's kind of funny. The hardest part of the course, it seemed like the part that took most people out was not the hard part, we thought, but nobody saw the line the way that we saw it. So it's always interesting to see what folks pick. And, they don't get to They don't get to watch the guy in front of them. So, every time a driver steps up there, he knows nothing about other than being able to walk the course for the competition. They have no idea where to go other than where the start line is and where it ends up.
All right. So the area that the courses are in.
So I think we broke it off so nobody could go and move some anything until the start of the bit. And we've moved it again this year, but it's still going to be some tough stuff.
Yeah. We moved into the area that you guys had the shootout last year, and a great area, and put new tires on rocks for us. So it was we didn't get as extreme as what you guys put on, but it was still a very, very tough competition earlier this year down there in that same area. So it's there's some good rocks that you guys have the opportunity to lay everything out and put together some really, really nasty stuff. So it's
really. I think that's the best part about the Mason, Texas event is the terrain down there. The traction on the rock is just incredible what you can do, and what better place to hold the most extreme level of driving and terrain than with the best traction in the country and some of the most amazing rock formations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. You guys know that, the distance between being able to do it and being totally impossible is 6 or 8 inches. So, setting the course up is as challenging or more than actually driving it. Trying to take, and I say this in all honesty, trying to take yourself and challenge people that are better drivers than me. It's pretty tough to make sure that we test them. We want to test those drivers and their vehicles to the limit. We try not to have anything death defying, although they probably said I was death defying last year on the crack. But we try not to have anything that is going to roll over and kill somebody. But we are going to put you and your vehicle in some tough spots.
Yeah, so as a course designer now, you'll fall in that group that Little Rich and Caleb have found themselves in, was that setting some courses for Brett Dickey can be very challenging. So
yeah, multiple times this year, setting shootouts or just unlimited courses. We'd have the entire unlimited field struggle to miss a cone or do an obstacle, and Brett Dickey comes through and drives through it like it wasn't even there. And at the Trail Breaker, the LCQ, Little Rich is watching the Brett Dickey destroy that course in like 4 minutes, and Little Rich is just standing there like, "What in the world? What do we do?" That's a 15-year-old kid that just finished LCQ faster than anyone else, and then of course went on to win the Trail Breaker. It's tricky to find the line as a course designer, to find that. Sometimes you think that everyone should be able to drive this line. Like, you think you see it in a way, and then nobody can do it, or you say something that's like, there's no, like, I don't know how they're even going to do it.
Yeah, it looks impossible.
And then everyone drives through it like it's not, like, what's next? And it's really tricky as a course designer to find that line and feel good about it. Like, there's a lot of it's like, well, how's this line going to go? Is it going to work? Is it going to be too easy? Is it going to be too hard? And especially trying to push to the absolute limit, like the shootout, the Texas Top Gun shootout. It's, you're setting the absolute limit of driver and vehicle.
Well, and that gets harder and harder, just like we talk about Brett. There's an outstanding young man that, basically, has no fear and has been at, he is tough, and all this bike guys, always those guys that were, the top 2 or 3 in the nation. We got to host some competitions where we saw the top 3 competitors in the world at Katimsi Rocks, and all the top ones. There's no seasoned guy that was 30 years old. It was all people that in their opinion, that said the secret to being a trails bike champion is never look down. Just always look where you're going, And they say the instant that you look down to see how far you're going to fall, that's when you fall out of the top 3.
Yeah.
So, and I think Brett's there. I mean, unbelievable driver, and we're going to have more of those. That just like my son. He was leading trails when he was 8 years old. But now he's 35. If he would have had the chance to get in a rear steer portal buggy that was built to the hilt, and they are breakable, but they're almost unbreakable. So you can really put them to the test, those vehicles, and put them in a tight spot, and they just seem to pop right out. There's no telling what he could have done, but I'm just saying those young guys that, they have no fear, and that's why I think Brett's so good. I mean, he's also he's just like great quarterbacks, great running backs. They see the line and they see the hole before anybody else can see it. And he's got the faith in himself and the faith in his vehicle that it can be done, and he goes for it. And I'm excited to watch that guy drive. I got to watch him drive at the WeRock last year at Katimsi, and he was growing and just unbelievable good then. So, and over the course of the year being at the WeRock competition, he just grown more and got more confidence, and it really showed at Trailbreaker. Unfortunately, break aren't coming, and same thing as one of those guys school, nowadays to be off. But we're going to try to address that maybe in the future. But right now, I'm disappointed that Brett can't come. In fact, we even had one of our sponsors, pony up, so we'll give them some fuel money. But they just could not get off. Really disappointed. They wanted to come.
Yeah, that does make it hard with the kids for sure. To do that, that's a bummer. I hate to hear that they're not on the list anymore. So that's a bummer. I was just looking at the list here that was posted. It's been a couple weeks now. On the 18th, is that still pretty accurate?
It's pretty close. I can give you a little list of them. Let's see. I have Ron Arch, Ricky Barnett, Cam Beasley. Cam Beasley was he just said things were tough for him and thought he wasn't going to get to make it. And we had a long chat, and I said, man, you can't make them all, and I really appreciate you calling me and telling me. And then about 10:30 that night, he called me and said, I'm coming. I'm going to win it. So I'm excited to hear that Cam is coming. And then we have Jake Bowen. Bowen built, manufacturer of those chassis and a super driver. James Burson and Earl Chapman. Jeremy Claunch, who has been a drag axle competitor, but stepped up this year. Not a portal buggy, but a solid, good driver, and he also has no fear. I'm looking forward to watching him. Dana Daniels out of New Mexico, good friend of mine and a really good wheeler. You kind of root for Dana. Dana's been in the top 3 every time, but just hadn't quite made it to that number 1 spot. So, root for Dana. Luis Gonzalez, the Mexico guys, they light up the place when they hit the ground. They're having a good time, and I know they come to win, but win or lose, those guys are happy to be here. And then, of course, Mad Cow, John Himbull is going to be here. He was one of the first people I contacted when we had a date set. And of course, John, being the humble person that is, just told me to go ahead and make the check out to him. Lee Howell, Chris Kramer, another good driver.
Yep. Yeah, both of them are great drivers.
Yep. Dennis Lards, Dennis Laveranti, the Boston Bombers are going to be in there, a local guy. Jeff McKinley, Brian Pemberton, who's also a great local driver. I know the Trailbreaker guys, if you win Trailbreaker, they automatically get to this. And, when I first down and talked with Scott Stevens and Tom Allen, Tom was saying, well, do you just invite the best drivers in the world, in your opinion? Or, how do you do it? And you make an invitation only. And Tom's idea was, you always want your big name guys to win. Which we have John Madcow stepped up to the podium, but they're super excited he won. Alan also said there's nothing better than just to have a local nobody that nobody knows step up and put the pants on the big boys, and that's what our man Maverick did this past year. He's just he has come on like wildfire. And he's your typical hometown boy. He showed up in an old motocross helmet, and he had on a pair of Dickies FR pants, and he had on the old green Weldon shirt. So just patched together. But he's an unbelievable, fearless driver as well, and he'd be hard to beat this year. He just has a new buggy, and he was out this past weekend at our Rocktoberfest, and he was over in the old competition area and, testing out his new car. He has a new Sasquatch car, and just making sure that he could do the same things that he did in his Brant car. I think the Brant car is a little lighter, but I do think the Sasquatch car is a lot tougher car than what he had before. So he'll be driving his new car, and he'll be tough to beat.
Yeah, that's we're familiar with all of the times which routines and really kind of put on a show makes it really, really cool to see those guys.
Well, I think as far as like the unlimited stuff goes, it always seemed like at the WeRock event, one of the toughest factors of WeRock, and not so much here lately, has been breakage of the vehicle. But they're making them tougher and tougher and stouter and larger splines and harder materials every day. New vehicles are going to keep your top dog competitors in there. I was impressed. I went to Hammers this past year. Some California guys there, really, really, but there and
the internet here.
Yep, we will for 5.5 days, and when we finish up, all 30 of them loaded back on the trailer. It's unbelievable. We did have, wire. I think I had a fan wire burning too, but I mean, a little match fix and you're back on the trail. But it's crazy how tough they are.
Yeah, it's not like the old days where you run out on course. You maybe get one or two courses in, and then you got to turn around and go thrash on the car to get it back on to finish the day. So the tendency is really it sounds like the storm's starting to come in. It's going to really affect our internet worse than it already has. So, but I do want to thank you, Randy, for coming on. The competition for the drag axle Saturday, November 9th, and then qualifying for Sunday on the 10th for the Unlimiteds. So qualifying for Unlimiteds is after the drag axles on the 9th, And then how many go into Sunday down there?
So there'll be we give our number one person from the year before, he gets a pass. He does have to drive the preliminary qualifier course, but even if he breaks, he is automatically in, and then we'll have 9 additional drivers. 10 drivers will move forward to Sunday.
Yeah, and that top spot comes with that $10,000 payout there.
It comes with the $10,000 payout. Yes.
Yeah. So that is definitely, those guys will be pushing hard, and if you're in the area or anywhere close, or even outside of Texas, which is not close, but it's a great event to come down, and the spectating is great. The wheeling is great, like you said. Jump in, your buddies. You can do that at the same time or in between. So.
Yep. And two, if you're watching this and you feel like that's you think you're one of the best in the world and you want to test yourself, we still have spots open. So give me a call and we'll get you signed up either in the drag axle or in the unlimited division. And come on down, and we'd love to meet you and put you to the test.
All right. Well, sounds great, Randy. Thanks for jumping on board with us here as things were not going well technology-wise tonight, but Caleb made it happen. So I really appreciate Caleb for figuring all of the things we had to do to make this happen. But you guys coming up the November 9th and 10th, you can come in as late Wednesday evening if you want to get in super early and wheel. You guys are welcome to do that as well. Just if anybody have any questions, make sure you reach out to Katemsi Rocks, and we will see you guys in a couple short weeks.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And like I said, come on down. We're going to have a band on Friday night. Come out and hang with all the drivers and hear them talk a little smack, and we're going to have some fun. The competition looks like it's going to be great. The weather is going to be good. So it's not going to be a better time to come to Katemsi Rocks in Mason, Texas in the coming 2 weeks.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, Randy. We will see you very soon, and thanks for jumping on board and spending some time with us tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Camera. Yep, I see a little bit of audio over there. All right, if you guys can still hear us, thank you for joining us for another WeRock Wednesday. We will continue to push and get all of this figured out so we can have more guests on throughout the upcoming episodes. So, yeah, exactly. Thank you. We will see you.